So obviously the big story of the day today is the bridge collapse in Baltimore that was hit by a massive cargo vessel. The search and rescue process is ongoing and a lot of information is not yet available, as is per usual. Now obviously it goes without saying it's tragic. People obviously lost their life and are injured, and the process is ongoing. But one thing I find so fascinating about this event is how quickly everyone is jumping to conclusions with information that's not yet verified or validated and acting like it's real. And then also the rapid fire financial response from none other than Joey Basement himself. Because even though search and rescue and cleanup efforts are literally ongoing right now, this literal meatbag came out and had a press conference saying that the entire rebuild for this Baltimore Bridge should be paid for by the federal government. Now, most people would initially see something like this and say, okay, good. There are 600,000 bridges in the United States of America. 600,000. And though this particular bridge in Baltimore is obviously a key port, likely there are many other key ports. And lots of commerce and people movement and whatnot would be disrupted if this happened in lots of other major cities as well. So for them to come out so quickly and say that the federal government should pay for this bridge collapse is something that I haven't even seen anybody really talking about. Well, if the federal government, aka every taxpayer in America, i.e. you and me, is immediately on the hook for this entire bill, well, wouldn't it be safe or reasonable to say that any bridge collapse that happens in the entire country should be covered by the federal government as well? Now, to just take it back from even the federal government to, let's say, a state or a city issue, what about Synergy Marine Group, the group that was managing the vessel? What about Maersk, the global logistics and shipping company that I guess hired them? Synergy Marine Group is a Singapore-based company with over 660 vessels under management. 660 vessels. Why would Synergy Marine Group, the 660 vessel chartered management shipping company, be responsible for taking down this bridge? That was the ship that hit it. Did a taxpayer in Iowa hit the bridge? Did a taxpayer in Iowa financially benefit if they had not hit the bridge? Why would you come out so quickly to say that the federal government, aka all of us, have to pay this bill, but not the company that was financially benefiting as a result of this transaction, of this movement of cargo, that whether by accident or intentionally hit this bridge? Now, obviously, it's too early to know anything for sure, and really all anybody can do is speculate. But it certainly looks like there was some type of power outage on this bridge. It's highly unlikely that if you wanted to do maximum damage and maximum casualties that you do it at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know if I buy into the controlled by somewhere else thing. So was it intentional? Was it some act of terror, some act of war? I don't know, but here's a newsflash. Neither does anybody else. And how these large accounts and small accounts and creators online seem to have no problem completely speculating and acting as if they know as fact what this is so disgusting. Because really what they're doing is just spinning people up into a rage spiral with no information at all. And I've said it 1,000 times, but not everything is a thing. And the very most basic thing you could do before you tweet out or message out to hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers, is know something for sure before you say it. Or maybe not suggest that it's a thing without knowing that it's a thing. Because they're just rage baiting and rage posting to get you all spun up in a web so they can get their numbers up, their impressions up, their follows up, their shares up, their comments up, and then sell all their sponsored posts and endorsements and all the rest. Just having no integrity whatsoever and just being a complete sellout. Oh, was it this? I don't know, Patriots. It's total rage bait, clickbait, scumbag behavior. Because when in fact something actually is a real thing that happened, it will be clouded by all the times that they said every other thing was a thing that happened. Remember when that car went flying over the Canada border, a few months ago? They're like, this is it, Patriots, prepare! And what was it? Nothing. But they got the clicks, they got the impressions, they got you wrapped up. So as usual, while everybody is speculating and ultimately profiting off of something that we have no way of validating at this stage and probably won't know for a while, in my opinion, the much bigger thing to understand is this video. Why are they saying that the federal government will pay the entire cost? Not only did they come up with this, but then they made videos about it, did a press conference about it. They made this very clear and cut all the videos about it. The feds will pay the entire cost. Not like we'll loan some of the money to the state of Maryland to help cover it. Not like, hey, we're going to conduct a thorough investigation and we're going to look into this Marine group based in Singapore and what happened here before we figure out what happened. Not, hey, we're going to put up the money to start the process of this, but they will be held accountable and ultimately financially responsible for this. Nope, none of that. We will pay the entire cost. That is my intention. That's what they said. Now, obviously, the simplest and easiest and perhaps even the likely explanation for why he's doing this is because part of Joey Basement's appeal and his whole campaign effort is to pretend like he's a good old friend, a long-lost friend that's there to be a shoulder to cry on in a time of need. He'll help you out with your student loans. He'll pay for your whole bridge. We don't leave our friends. So could it be part of the campaign effort? Or could something deeper be afoot? Who's to know? And I am certainly not going to pretend like I do. I'm all for asking questions, but not pretending you know what's facts here.